There is no
Now,
document.
is it visible?
No, no, I can't see. Now it's here. I can see now.
Yeah, you can continue.
All right. Okay, that's it. All right. So on the screen, you can see we have one architecture kind of diagram. So this is the
Yes.
first thing we are going to discuss about RAC. For
Okay.
basic introduction, since you have worked on Sun cluster is a kind of things you know that what a cluster is all about and what kind of high availability it can provide you.
Yeah.
And even we will discuss that down the line. In Oracle, the high availability, we talk about the database instance high availability. When one instance is crashing, another is still opening the database. So that's the major concept of the cluster, which is in general OS level cluster, similar cluster concept Oracle is following.
Sorry, Ankur,
And
your
this is the
awaz,
first thing we are going to
sorry,
understand before we start with the
sorry. Ankur, your voice is
Yes, sir.
breaking. Yeah, your voice is breaking. Sorry. Actually, I'm not able to
Okay,
hear
voice is
properly.
breaking.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Okay, is it better now?
I mean, sometimes it's better 2 or 3 words, and then later on it again breaks. I don't know. It's about connection or what.
Okay, just let me check the connection. Connection is fine. I'm using 4G currently. Okay, let's see if it goes down. Then I'll just try to reinitialize the connection from my side as
Okay.
well. Okay. So the first thing we have here is in the architecture part. This is the first thing we are going to start, which is known as process structure of RAC. Before understanding the concept of RAC and how does it work at operating system level, how it works at database level, the most important thing is to understand its structure, the processes which are responsible for building, which are the building blocks for RAC, and which are going to play the role down the line in the management of RAC, in the monitoring of RAC environments, different services. So all these things will be depending over the processes, and that's the way we start
Yep.
now. Okay. So first thing on the very left hand side, you can see OHASD.
Yeah.
This stands for Oracle High Availability Service Daemon. Oracle High Availability Service Daemon. This is the process which also parent of Oracle Restart feature. Oracle Restart feature. I hope since you have worked on 11G R2, you must have noticed that back in 10G or 11G R1, when you shut down the operating system, database gets down, and by the time you start up the OS, you will have to manually start up the database. That's what we were generally doing there, right?
Yep.
With OHASD, first of all, now when the machine boots up, your database also gets up. Okay,
Okay.
this is first feature.
And
Second feature,
sorry,
yeah,
one question here, if you allow me. Uh,
yeah, sure.
this restart feature is specifically related to this rack, right? When we restart the rack,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you are trying to say, right?
Yes, this is also going to, when your node comes up, all the services on the node and the whole cluster layer stack is going to get up because of this daemon. So this is, kind of the base daemon which will respawn or which will spawn all other processes at the OS level to start the rack environment or to start the clusterware on that particular node. Okay.
And this feature comes only in 11G release 2, not in release 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not in release 1. It is a new feature of Oracle 11G release 2.
Okay.
Okay. Although
Okay.
RAC we are having since Oracle 9i officially RAC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before 9i, I have personally worked on Oracle 8i, where we used to work on OPS, Oracle Parallel Servers. That was
Exactly.
also RAC. So most of the people have a myth that RAC was introduced in 9i. but actually it was introduced in Oracle 8 with Oracle Parallel Server. Just the name was changed in Oracle 9. But this particular, daemon and this mechanism is new here in Oracle 11G release 2, and it's continued in Oracle 12C as well.
Okay.
So other thing that this daemon is providing you, if you go back in, 10G, just imagine you kill your pmon process, okay, or if I kill the log writer process of a database instance, what will happen? Tell me. If you give kill -9 and process ID of log writer or any other mandatory process of database, what will happen?
I miss your previous sentence due to this interruption.
Generally, instance gets down, right? Your instance crashes, database shuts down.
No,
Yes. Okay,
sorry. Yeah, I told you
I
that
was saying,
I miss. Yeah, I miss
in
your one
case if
sentence.
a process at OS level.
Again, it's missing. Your voice is missing in between.
Okay. I'm just repeating that sentence only.
Yeah.
Uh, just just give me a second. Let's. Yeah, is it audible now?
Yeah, it is, but I don't know. I mean, it gets very. I mean, it totally disappears in between, and then reconnects, then disappears, then reconnects.
Okay, that means something is not right with the internet.
Because last time when I was taking that class, it was really clear, crystal clear voice. But right now, it's really disturbing in between.
Right. And from my side, even I'm using super fast internet. Just delivered a session before you, and it was flawless. I don't know what's going wrong because it's showing me a complete full signal strength as well.
Okay,
So
carry on, please. Yeah.
is it still breaking my voice, or is it
Right now,
audible now?
yeah, right now it's okay. I can hear you
Okay.
clearly. Yeah.
Right. So I was saying you that just imagine a case if let's suppose kill a mandatory process of your database instance, for example log writer or database writer. Generally instance gets shut down, right? The P1 process is there that will kill the instance gets down, and you need to manually start it up,
Yeah.
right?
Your voice
Now,
is
if I talk about
you.
11G release 2,
I think
you kill your process or it give me a few seconds. Yes, Asma, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay, perfect. So let me just share my screen back.
I think the problem is when you start talking continuously, then it gets very low. And when you speak very slowly, it's perfectly fine. I don't know what's the problem. There is a
It's not
frequency issue or what?
it's not allowing me to talk. That means okay. Just let me. Oh, I don't have. Yes, who's the organizer? Kindly give me the presenter role. Yes, who's there from Zoom? Can you please pass me the presenter right? Okay, thank you. Asmat, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, right. So just restarting that we were having a discussion over the process. I was saying you that in general environment, in case if you kill a process, which is one of the mandatory backup process of a database, as soon as you kill the process, instance gets shut down. But in Oracle 11G release 2 onwards, you kill the instance, sorry, you kill the process, instance will get down and automatically come up. And if you go back in 10G, when instance gets down, you have to manually start that up. Okay.
Okay. Okay, got it.
So this particular nature of respawning the instance after a failure, when the instance is respawned, all the processes are fixed and restarted. That's just because of this Oracle High Availability Service Daemon, OHASD, one of major functionality that we have. Okay.
Okay.
So in RAC, by the time the first time you will initialize the machine, or when you give command to start the cluster or to start the RAC services, first process which will get started, that is going to be OHASD, Oracle High Availability Service Daemon. This is the very first process which will be started, and after this it will further spawn different processes that we are going to see. So at level 1, I hope you can see the level 1 and my pointer as well.
Yeah.
So at level 1 is
Ankar
it
is
is
totally disconnected
showing
again.
that
I am not able
OHASD
to hear you.
spawns. So Oracle High Availability Service daemon. Firstly, this daemon will be started. Now for the entry of this daemon, it will be in your Linux init.d. The file with the name of init.d daemon file, under which you register those processes in this. Is it disconnected?
I'm not able to hear you, Ankur. Sorry about that, but
That's yeah, no problem. It's something related to internet, it seems. I'm able to hear you. And just before I have delivered a session and it was going well. I don't know what's wrong at the moment. Okay, let me just connect back. Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going wrong. Maybe because of weather, because the internet I'm using currently, it's no doubt it's fast, but because of it's Wi-Fi, that's why. And weather is not good there. That may be a reason. I hope you can see my screen as well at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So OHASD, I told you that OHASD entry will be written into init.d, which is one of the daemon file of Linux operating system. Okay. So there you will register generally those processes that you want to initialize after the machine. Alright.
Okay.
Now further, then you will start your machine, and then you give the command to start the cluster where the first thing that starts is OHASD, and OHASD further spawns CSSD agent. You can see on the top I think CSSD
Yeah.
agent.
Yeah.
CSSD agent stands for Oracle Cluster Synchronization Service Daemon. Okay.
Yep.
Oracle Cluster Synchronization Service Daemon. This will be starting, which is also known as CSSD, and the process name of this particular process will be Ora.CSSD. Okay, which you
Hmm.
can see, I hope, on the level 2.
Yeah.
Ora.CSSD. So when you
Yep.
will grep this process, you will get this process name. This
Okay.
particular process is responsible for starting, for actually checking the node heartbeats. Okay, when one node pings another node before starting up the other resources. So this particular process is for node monitoring or node heartbeat checking. For that, this process is responsible.
Okay.
After that, OHASD starts Ora root agent. Ora root agent, and under Ora root agent, it starts CRSD. CRSD stands for Cluster Ready Services Daemon. Okay, it's Cluster
Okay.
Ready Services Daemon. This particular daemon is one of the most important daemon of the cluster where, because this will spawn everything on next level. Because here from this CRSD you can see root agent at level 3,
Hmm.
and if you see below Ora agent, another arrow coming to Ora agent. Okay, so actual process who's responsible to start the cluster. Basically, cluster, when we say cluster, it's a group of services. Okay, here, or
Yeah.
cluster where it's a group of multiple services, including the database, including ASM, including your ACFS drivers, ONS, all that stuff. So that's combinedly here called as clusterware. So to start the clusterware, this is the process who's responsible for starting and stopping, CRSD. Okay. So in case if someone asks you that which process is responsible to start and stop the rack or the whole clusterware, so the answer will be CRSD. Okay. Cluster
Yep.
ready service. This is one of the frequently asked questions for the interviews. So that's why just sharing with you. Other thing, you see the next process, CTSSD, Oracle Cluster Time Synchronization Service Daemon, CTSSD. Okay,
Hmm.
it's Time Synchronization Service Daemon. This process is generally used to ensure a single time across all the cluster nodes. Because just imagine a case, if you have, let's say, a 10 node rack, all the machines you have provided a different time. Okay, so
Hmm.
the problem, in case there is some issue, when you will try to search the logs, one machine will say that error is coming at 11:30. Second is saying the 11 error is coming at 12. Third is saying error is coming at 12:30. So you won't be able to get a conclusion that actually by what time issue came. So
Yep.
the task of this time synchronization service daemon, as its name is time synchronization service, that means this is going to synchronize the time across all the cluster nodes. Okay,
Okay.
that's time synchronization service daemon. Generally, we should use what Oracle says, that we must use NTP to
Yeah.
synchronize the time. In case if you are not using NTP, then CTSSD will work. And in case if you are using NTP as per Oracle recommendation,
Yeah.
then CTSSDs will work in observer mode. Okay.
Sorry.
This is you can have some water. This is another question which is generally asked in interviews, that time synchronization service daemon, we have NTP, whether it will be working or not, or it will not be spawned. Okay, it will be spawned, it will be there, it will not be synchronizing, but yes, it will be running in observer mode. Follow?
Yeah.
So this is going to work in observer mode in that case. All right. If NTP is getting used. If you are not using NTP, then obviously this will have to take charge, and this will start working.
Got it.
Other process Aura root agent starts, that is diskmon, which is known as disk monitor. Okay, it is disk monitor. Disk monitor is generally responsible for I/O fencing kind of things in case of Oracle Exadata storage, but will not be generally used for your general environment of RAC. It's used with Exadata. So in this course of yours, this is not going to, you will not be able to see this process much functionable, but yes, it will be spawned no matter whether you are working on Exadata or not. Just it will run. It will actually work with Exadata for I/O fencing in case the node is not able to ping to the storage, when the node will be rebooted automatically. So if storage heartbeat and all that, so this diskmon is going to manage that I/O fencing stuff. All right.
Yep. Okay.
Other thing that you see here is ACFS drivers. Are you aware of ASM clustered file system?
Yep.
So yes, exactly. So that's 11G R2 feature ASM clustered file system. These are the drivers for that ACFS. Okay. So with the rack, your ACFS automatically gets mounted. But in standalone, every time when you start the machine, you generally used to mount the ACFS drivers manually with root user. In rack, it will be automatic. Okay, with the help of Oracle Clusterware. All right.
Yep.
Then further, on next level, you see in now in blue color, there are Aura agent. Firstly, Aura agent.
Yeah.
You can see which is further spawning Oracle ASM. This Oracle ASM means Oracle ASM instance service. So here you can see one communication is going on. Here communication, it's starting the Oracle ASM instance indirectly. Okay. So this ASM service will be started, which will further spawn ASM instance. Other thing which will be started, that is GIPCD.
ASM means automatic
storage management.
Yep.
Automatic storage management. Just like RAID, we have RAID, redundant array of interconnected disk. Similar kind of storage, Oracle provides.
No, sorry, I thought this instance is different. I mean, that's why I asked question. You said that
instance, yes, instance is basically, on the storage, on the top of storage, the instance is used to manage that storage. If instance is down, the ASM storage will be unavailable. Okay.
Got it.
This will have to be up in case of you want to start the ASM storage, or if you want to use the ASM storage. Other thing that you see here is GIPCD. GIPCD stands for Grid Inter-Process Communication Daemon. Okay, it's Grid Inter-Process Communication Daemon. This process is responsible for the internal communication of one instance to another instance when one foreground process of one instance speaks to foreground process of another instance. So obviously they must have to channelize an IO, or they must have to channelize a message, right?
Yep.
That message is taken and received by this GIPCD, Grid Inter-Process Communication Daemon. So this is the process who is going to enable the communication between multiple Oracle processes running on different instances. Follow?
Yep.
I hope you can hear me now clearly.
Sorry,
Okay.
what you said?
Process after that you see is GPNPT. GPNPT stands for NPA development.
Uncle, sorry,
Process
your
use build,
your voice is breaking again.
play that is again
Uncle, I'm not able to hear you.
uh, breaking uh, okay, just a second. Yeah, can you?
No, lots of interruption. It's now it's too much breaking.
Okay, just a second. Let me. Okay, just give me a minute. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope the weather is troubling. So okay, just like before we proceed, tell me, is it the only slot which suits to you, or you can also take it in your evening? That's the morning of India. Is it feasible for you to get the class in India morning or not?
We can take it, but of course, I need to tell you the exact time.
Mm-hmm.
It's also should be suitable with you as well. So
Uh,
normally tell me what time you are available, especially India morning time.
currently, actually, I am in a session from 6 to 7, approximately 6:30 to 7:30. Okay, so
6:30 to
to
7:30.
7:30 Indian Standard Time. But I can, I can push that at 6 from 6 to 7. And if you want to start, we can do it in the morning, 7 to 8.
7 to 8 would be difficult because it's school timing and I need to drop my son and all. At that time, it
Okay.
really would
What
be
what is
difficult.
your suitable time as per IST?
Uh, for me, this time is suitable, and second 6 to 7 is also suitable. But
6 to 7 is
yeah,
suitable.
are we flexible on it? For example, if some day I'm not available or it would be difficult in the evening, would it be possible that we can have that session in the morning as well?
Actually, that will depend, frankly, because if we have a regular class, so the other batch will be shifted accordingly. But yes,
Oh,
to manage you in between during that time when it is occupied by someone else, so then it may be troublesome sometimes. Uh,
okay.
I'm
Okay,
not sure about that.
yeah, 6 to 7 is also okay with me. Actually, this is the time when I'm available. I mean, there is no work around 2 or 3 hours. It's totally a
Okay.
free time. But in evening, I really need to have that slot available. That okay, I need to be with you at that time. So, but it's
Okay.
not a problem. If you are comfortable with it, I can manage it 6 to 7.
Okay. If we go other way, uh, just hold on. In the evening of Indian evening, by what time you can start earliest in the evening?
9 o'clock,
9 o'clock for us for Indian evening, right?
like we did it today.
Okay, like we did it today. Okay, then let it be. Whatever is scheduled, let it be. And I hope we should resume the session tomorrow because today I think because of bad weather, Wi-Fi internet connectivity is very unstable. So we'll proceed with the rest of this architecture tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll make sure I'll get a LAN or I'll stay with the LAN connection, stick to that. today I'm not having the LAN connection currently with me. So tomorrow I'm just planning of getting the LAN done so that
Okay,
I'll be able to deliver this
Ankur,
session.
yeah, I need to request one thing to you tomorrow.
Yeah, tell me.
Actually,
Yeah.
tomorrow is our festive day, Eid al-Adha,
Mhm.
if you
Okay.
know a bit of
Yes,
it.
yes, I'm aware of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So if you can give me day off tomorrow, that would be great from your side because I need to go for prayer. Then there is
No
a
problem.
family
No
gathering.
problem. Yes, yes, yes. No problem. No problem. Enjoy your day. It's a big festival. So,
So
from my side
if
also, wishes are there. So enjoy your
yeah,
day. No,
thank you.
not an issue. We will start the day after. That's not a
Yeah.
big problem. Day after
Okay.
is just a minute. Day after is going to be Friday or Thursday. Friday.
Yeah,
Friday for
Friday.
me. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Because day after we will have, and next day to that I will not be available. But after that on Sunday, Indian Sunday I will be available. On Indian Saturday I have to go somewhere out of the town, so won't be able to deliver the session for one day. But
No
yes, not a
problem.
problem. You take a leave tomorrow, and I'll catch you on Friday of Indian Friday, and we will proceed with our class at the same time 9. And that day I'll ensure that we are getting a good connectivity. Today
No
probably
problem
because
at
of bad weather, because just before you it was delivered flawlessly. I don't know, out of a sudden it's started raining, and it's heavily raining outside, so that's why.
No problem, it's okay. We can manage it. And second, in between, can you share some thing with me to read on it or
Yes,
some
I
document?
I can share some. I will share the same thing which we are going through, and also a document to get the information about the processes. So this thing you can read through the diagram, and also get that document side by side. Keep them and read them. This document now. In case you get any trouble in this document, you can ask me on the next meeting. Otherwise, we will start practically with the installation of RAC. Okay.
Sure. And
This,
when can I have
yes,
that software available? Because at that time, they are going
softwares,
to give me.
yeah, softwares you can ask. Just a moment, let me ask them. Yes, who's there from Zoom? Ajay, is it you? Hello, who's the organizer?
Yes,
I
hello.
hope
Yeah, hi
they are
Ankur.
not replying
Yes, hi Ankur.
smart, but not a big deal. I just dropped them an email. Yes, yes, yeah. Hi. Uh, can you please share the software and other things with the smart?
Miss Ankur, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Who was there from Zoom?
Yes, Ankur.
Yeah. Can you please share the software and other stuff with Ashkumar?
Yeah, sure. I'll inform the team. They'll be sharing him.
Okay, perfect. So fine, Asmar, they'll be giving you the software and other stuff, and so that we can do the lab side by side. It will be going in the way like I will be showing you during the class. You will be doing it after the class with the help of the video, which will be shared you with you immediately after the class, so that you can have it side by side and you can do the same steps. In case you get stuck somewhere, you can drop me an email or you can ask me in the next session. So this is how we are going
Sure.
to have.
Okay, so it includes this first session as well,
And
the one with the
yes.
processes which we were following.